This is a special episode number 16.
Yeah.
Season's greeting for the season finale. That's what we're calling it today.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
Grand finale.
Yeah, the grand finale of the season. So we're going to start back up in January. We got our first two guests already lined up. We have Patty and Ashley for the first episode, and then we got Ashley. So we're gonna go over a little bit. We got some new people coming on with the YPN starting in 2025. We got some promotions. We got some things shuffling around. So Patty is going to be the vice chair. Is that right?
Chair,
Yep,
yes,
vice chair. He's going to be the past chair.
Past chair. I guess that's a title.
Yeah.
Past title. Past chair.
Past chair title. And then Marissa, what is your title?
I'm going to do community service.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then I am going to be the affiliate chair on top of doing the podcast and still doing marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's some excitement movements for every single one of us and the advancements of our career, not only in like the real estate business, but like in life. Everything's moving forward. But there's a little elephant in the room. Hector, do you want to talk about the little elephant in the room that we got here?
He's like, what?
I know, a nice little segue.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
this is the little elephant here. It's I'll read it here. It says YPN, National Association of Realtors Young Professionals Network, Merced County of Association of Realtors YPN. We got the Network of the Year for 2024. So we're really proud of this. Obviously at a national level, there's different awards for this, right? So there was the small size associations, which that's kind of where we fall into, right? There's the medium, large, and mega. When you think of the New Yorks and Chicago, LA, so those are kind of the mega.
Metro.
But I mean, for our association, the size, there's a lot of associations out there, right? And so for us to get this award was really meaningful for myself and also for the team, right? From day one, we've been talking about being number one in California and just kind of putting the work out there and obviously, the accolades and the awards, they will follow. Right?
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
So I think our entire team did what they needed to do kind of to deserve this. So I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, so there was a lot of work that we did behind the scenes. Everybody always sees the final product, but they don't see the actual like the work that goes behind it. Like for instance, like when you were doing the teacher of the year, like there was a lot of stuff that you did behind that, I might not have necessarily seen, but like you went through a lot just to get that done. And we did the promo at one of the schools because I do sub at a school as well, so we were able to do like some cool promos that way and stuff. So but remind everybody who the teacher was that we gave out teacher of the year.
Miha at Water High.
Yep. And what is her
award? We were recognizing her as Merced County Teacher of the Year for all of her high achievements, but also the recognition that her students gave to her because of all that she gives back to the community and really just her list of just all the things that the kids had to say about her. I just was obvious that she was well deserving of the award that she was given. Yeah.
So obviously we did a lot, right? So from giving back to schools and teachers to giving to kids. We helped out the city, having a cleanup day. We had to do fundraisers, at the beginning of the year, and we'll do a recap of the whole year. At the beginning of the year, we started with like $0, right? So it's like, how do we start? And obviously, with any organization or any business, you have to have some operating funds, right? And so, what was the first thing we did? Is like, hey, how about we do a cornhole tournament, right? And so,
football squares.
And then football squares. That was in February.
See?
No, actually football. I mean, the groundwork started.
I guess we started in January, December time.
So a lot of people don't realize how taxing that is to get that. And I actually did two boards. So I did one for the YPN, and then I did my personal one. So
that's like the behind the scenes things you're talking about. Like you have to do the marketing, the planning, the preparation, the coordinating, the asking people about the sponsorship from who wants to get involved, and all of that. There is a lot of work, but we try to make it engaging and inviting and fun for us to be able to do.
So starting the squares, it's always right when playoffs start or like right in the beginning of January. You gotta start then, because then you're out there texting, calling, going to different offices like, hey, look, we're doing squares. It's 20 a square. Half the proceeds are going to go to the YPN. The other half is going to get paid out to the individuals that win. So it was like, that was I felt like it was quick, but I mean, I've done it so many times. Like I'm accustomed to it. Like everybody's like, "Do you need any help?" I was like, "Nope, just let me do the work.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing." And it's just
you and Erica are big on those too.
oh
right?
yeah. So man, speaking of that, so we went to the football game this past weekend, Niners Bears, and we were in battle for 6th place for fantasy football. I needed her to lose, so I was like rooting against her team, and I needed to win, and I didn't need to win by like much. You know, my brother was pretty much like locked in at 5 or 6 at worst because of the amount of points and all that. And I was like, hey, look, so and so scored. She's like, shut up, like we're trying to enjoy. And it was on top of that was our anniversary this past weekend, so I was like rooting against her, but we also went to the game. Yeah. So
well, you gotta win.
Yeah, we got to win on the football. Well, I'm in playoffs in one, but not the one where she's in as well. So unfortunately, I am not in playoffs this year. So that's another year where she's in playoffs again, and I'm not in the league that I'm
happy
running.
Wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Happy spouse, happy house, man. Come on, let's change that. No, but anyway, there's a lot of things like going back to the squares, like. It does take time, and then everybody's like, oh, yeah, I'll take squares. And it's like, well, for this one, usually I'll take your word for it, but I need money up front because this is not my personal board where I'm like...
While we're on the subject, are you going to do it again this year?
Yes, that is going to happen again. Yeah, 100% doing that again. It's going to be the same payouts, 200 first, second, and third quarter, 400 for the final.
Okay.
Because, again, this past year, we had another OT. So that's why I always say final. Somebody... Joe hit me up. Hey, man, did I win? It's the fourth quarter, and the score was this. I was like, no, there is no fourth quarter. It is final. It is final score because of this situation right here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but obviously, going back to the fundraisers that we're doing, the Squares is one of them. We partnered up with an organization here in Merced, the Cornhole. There's a Cornhole Association, I'm like, why not?
We didn't even know that existed.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know either.
People came out from the woodworks
to
be at the competition. There were some serious people out there.
Yeah, and I'm like, why reinvent the wheel? There's already something out there. Let's just collaborate with folks, right? And I think that time I definitely want to highlight, the venue that we actually chose was a small business, which is the Veterans Hall over in
it's gone through some changes, but it's on Atwater on Main Street or Broadway.
I think it's Broadway. Is it by the post office?
Yeah, I think that's Main Street. But regardless, I think it's between. Yeah, I think you're right, but
Google it.
Yeah.
But essentially, that particular owner, the person that runs there, was really happy that we went there. We had it. It generated revenue for their for themselves.
Yeah, he was super stoked.
Put them on the map.
Realtors train here, real estate. I mean, we packed the bar for sure, and obviously we had a good turnout, and it was fun, right? And that's kind of how we kicked off fundraising for the year. So that was January. February was the Square.
Well, okay, so that's like I said, it started in January because it
takes some time. It ended in February.
It did end in February. Well, the payouts came out in February, but it's like it was. I think I had like 2 weeks or
Super
2 or 3
Bowl
weeks
was in like February.
Right, but I was done with 2 to 3 weeks.
I'm just saying. For 3 weeks prior to Super Bowl weekend.
It does. It takes a lot of planning. Like how we've already kind of mapped out our following year for 2025. I mean, we've already kind of put things out. All of these things are in the planning process.
Let me shoot this out to you guys. How much money did we raise in the entire year?
Oh man.
That's a good question.
I didn't write down the figures. I know we go over them at the meetings. Where's Michelle when you need her?
Right? She'd be like, oh, is this...
I don't know if she knows because she started doing that
true.
After.
Oh, that's true. I'm thinking 50.
Okay.
What's your guess?
I would say more.
More than 50?
I would say close to 70. I don't know.
Well, that's a lot, So no, we didn't go that much.
I don't know if you're counting the gala too.
No, we're not counting the
gala.
Okay,
so that's something different.
Just YPN.
Just YPN.
YPN itself.
Okay.
Let's see what we had. We had the 1,000 for the squares. We had.
Just guess, like
5.
So it would be
35.
I'm thinking 25 then.
Your guess.
Oh, are we doing prices right? If I go.
What?
I'll say. I guess I'll play it in the middle. 30.
Yeah, so we raised a little over $28,000.
Oh dang!
So I mean,
that's the closest.
Yeah.
What's my price.
Without going over.
But I guess, and that's not including the gala. Gala, I mean, I think we raised, like 60 something?
Yeah.
70.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So obviously within our association and YPN put together, we
100 grand.
raised a good amount of
And
money.
tell the fine folks where that money goes to.
I mean, there's a lot of different organizations that it goes
So we
to,
have
right?
CASA.
Yeah.
CASA, obviously, we have a bunch of bags in that corner right now that we're going to be giving out on Thursday, right?
Yep.
And so
by the time this comes out, we've already given out those bags.
Correct.
How many bags do we have for CASA?
111.
111? Dude, that's a lot of bags for kids.
So the money or where we got those donations from was from the Christmas festival,
Mhm.
the Atwater Christmas Festival. We had a lot of sponsors, a lot of people kind of putting in the work to donate towards that, and so there was like a twofold event there, right? It was, we bought toys, we had an event on December 1st out in Atwater. We gave over 400 toys.
That's
close to 500, but over 400 for sure. We had DJ, we had free haircuts.
How many haircuts did we have?
188.
188?
They said getting close to that 200 mark, but
Yeah.
they were going.
They were going quick because
Yeah.
if you think if we started at 1 o'clock and ended at 4, it'd be, what is that, 3 hours, and they did 188
I
cuts?
think there was like 17, 18 like barbers just going at it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Jared came out for Santa and all the toys that were given.
Toys, and it was a big community.
You guys had a little ornament station coloring
Yeah.
that? Dude,
Face
Maverick
painting.
and
And face
Daxton were
painting.
all about that.
Yeah, so that was face painting.
Yeah.
Face painting, that was you. That was pretty cool. Roshni hopped in because the
Yeah.
lines were so big.
Oh, I'm so relieved. The line was so long.
Well, she
and I
was-
was like, why is it like a theme park?
Yeah. She was in line. She's like, I can't just stand here.
I know. I was like, dang it, girl. And I had an extra chair out there too, thank goodness. And so it was good.
But going back to the event, it was a success, and a lot of kids had a good time. But also, there's a lot of kids that we don't see that are in foster care or in the system, and we wanted to give back to them too. Even though that probably a lot of them were not there, we're gonna go and give this out to them. They get a duffel bag. They get what else did we get?
A blanket.
Blankets,
Some
sweaters,
toiletry.
Some hoodies.
We're gonna get toiletries. and
Gift
then
cards.
Some gift cards.
Awesome.
Jackets.
For some we're gonna get like nice little
Like
puff
puff
jackets.
Winter coats.
Winter coats. So they're gonna get their share as well. So overall,
And some
it was,
goodies from Smooth Co.
That's
too.
right. That's right. So it's gonna be a good little gift. For
Yeah,
them.
awesome.
Yeah, and that's kind of the last event of the year, right?
Yeah.
there.
What do we do
Yeah.
in March?
All right, let's
Clean
go.
up.
Let's go down.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go down the month.
Yeah, yeah. So
for the
January,
support
March,
call,
February,
or January.
January, February. Let's say January, February.
Super Bowl squares.
But
Park
yeah.
cleanup in March.
In March, but
And we
also
had the lender.
The
lunch
Lender
and
Lunch and
Learn.
Learn.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
in
yeah.
January.
I think that was
No, I think that was February.
I want to say February.
You know what? We have a.
Yeah.
Our
I think it was
social media.
February.
Here, I'm a.
You can hold us accountable by following us on Instagram
Follow,
and
like,
seeing
and
who got
comment.
close to the date.
Merced YPN
They're
on
all listed. We
Instagram.
try to document that. That's another
Here.
thing that happens behind the scenes. We have
Post
our social media with
February
AJ.
7th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought so.
February was our lunch and learn for the first
Uh-huh.
lenders,
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
That was
March
Casey,
was the
myself, and
park
Francisco.
cleanup.
Oh,
Park
sorry.
clean-
Park cleanup was March.
Yes.
With,
April golf tournament.
with Matt Serrato. as
You guys
well.
Yes.
did Tahoe too in March.
Oh yeah, we also did Tahoe in
Tahoe.
March. We're doing that again. That's gonna be awesome.
Yes. I think we may be doing Reno in March.
Yeah,
And
so
then
Tahoe.
We're getting out of the
Tahoe
state of
in
California.
summer. Yeah.
We're getting out of the state
There's
of
gonna
California.
be a trip. Make sure you're following along. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's March. April is the golf tournament.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
That
have a date currently is going to be April 26th. We're bringing it back to Rancho.
That's my birthday weekend.
Too bad.
That is it.
And it's down the street from my house, so.
Well, we're going to celebrate all weekend long. April 26th, Rancho. They have new cards. So
Yes.
that's cool.
So new owners, new cards, they're
So-
gonna revamp. So it's a work in progress. I've heard a lot of good things from a lot of the people that are like golfers in the area that
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
really excited
It'll be
about
nice
the new
to
changes.
be local for Merced
I heard the
County.
food is gonna be better too there.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I hope so too.
So, okay, May was
Teacher of the Year award.
Teacher of the Year and
Lunch and Learn.
And a lunch and learn.
Lunch and Learn and Ledge Day.
And
Oh,
Lunch
yeah,
and
and
that's
Ledge
right.
Day.
Ledge
We went
Day.
to Stack. That was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
There
It was
It
a lot
was
of
a
fun.
social media lunch and
Inspiring.
learn. I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
that's what it
social
was.
media
Oh yeah, I
lunch
was
and
sad
learn.
that I missed that one. I
Yeah,
can't
that was
remember why I
on May
missed that one.
3rd. I got it right here. No, May 15th.
May
Okay.
15 Lunch and Learn. Lunch
Oh,
Day
I know
was
why.
the
I know why.
29th to the 2nd or the
Correct.
3rd.
And then Teacher of the Year was May, right?
Yep. And then June.
It was June.
We did the bowling mixer between us.
Oh, I had to miss that. I was sad.
Yeah, right here, the bowling mixer. That was June 28th.
Yep.
Well, at least that's when it was posted.
So it was probably the day before.
A few days before.
A couple days prior. July was the rib cook-off.
Rib cook-off.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was big.
Dude, my knees were hurting so
we
bad.
We also did the diaper drive during that time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the diaper drive.
For Alpha Pregnancy Center.
Yeah, and then...
well, the Boys and Girls Club came before that, around June. I think too, you guys gave back. We gave back to help
in
for
June,
the
we gave,
summer program for them.
$1,500 to the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for it. There's a bunch of stuff we did, obviously, right? And obviously, all these things happen, but there's a lot of behind the scenes, these meetings that happen,
and again, it's like the sponsors that help make these happen, but it's we're doing what it's called, you know, the networking, that we're really reaching out and working with those that are in our community and giving back to those in the community.
Yeah. And so I've seen growth from a lot of our members too, you know, so from people that were not taking on leadership roles per se, but now it's like want to step up and do it. And so that's the point of this, is like you evolve as a person, evolve as a professional, right?
You're inspired and you get inspired.
Yeah, I mean, let's call it out. It's a lot of it's because of you, and it all like dude, for real. Listen to me. So when it came to, I think it was in 23 when we first met, you randomly sat at our, hey, is this a table available? You're like, yeah, we only got, we're like, and this when we were with AFN, we're like, yeah, dude, we only got half the table, so yeah, jump in. And you know, Joe's like, oh no, Joe, it's cool. Remember, we only got half the table. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. So we get that relationship right there. We're talking to, it was me, you, and Vince, and we were talking for a while, and then like 6-7 months later, you're hitting me up, hey, come on, join the YPN. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like it's a lot of work. And you're like, nah, dude, you'll do fine. You know, it's all volunteer work. And I'm like, all right. And then like slowly but surely, I'm like, all right, yeah, fine, I'll do it. He finally broke me down, and I finally did it. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm here. So, and then it just evolved into
this. You did a lot of recruiting on a
So that's what I was telling Patty. It's like the most effective recruiting is when you have one-on-ones.
Yeah.
You can't just announce it in the front of MLS meetings like, hey, you can do it.
Yeah.
But that's not the most effective.
It's not personal.
It's like, hey, you have a lunch, you have a coffee, you sit down at their table.
Yeah, it was just randomly.
You know? I'm like, I didn't get that.
I'm sorry.
I reached out.
No,
yeah, well, I mean.
Yeah, you reached out, and then I think where we really.
But you did good on follow-up. You were like, you were like, do you still want to do it? Like, you know.
Well, we saw you came to our lunch and learned appraisal, and then we went to the house, remember?
Yes.
And then we had a little conversation.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I remember these
and I was like,
moments.
who do I talk to? Like,
I remember that. That was
like a little paper.
Wasn't that the last lunch and learn you guys did for the year? It was like October.
Yeah.
And it was still hot.
Yeah. But it was cool because we went to the house.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I was like, what is this? What is this little group? We're all taking pictures.
Yeah. She likes the picture part.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, but that's the point, right? It's like engaging people, and sometimes you want to have that community, but you're kind of like shy a little bit. Trust me, I'm not a person that. It takes me a while to kind of warm up to someone. And then go say hi or whatever. It's just like anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you just got to get out of that.
Right.
Yeah, me?
Hold
on.
I guess I could be like more naturally introverted, but I have extroverted qualities.
That's kind of like Erica.
Personality.
It's like you can turn it on sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
that's exactly like Erica.
Like 3 to 5 days.
She's really introvert, but like when she's like, I really don't want to do it. But once she's like out doing it, then she's like, oh, like all extrovert. I was like,
what the hell? You're like, who are you?
Yeah, like where did that come from? But yeah, no, I'm really turning into that where like I gotta warm up to people now. Like I'm not like trustworthy with a lot of people, but
you're trustworthy. You're not trusting.
I'm not trusting. Yeah, you're right. I'm not. Sometimes it's like, okay, I gotta see how this thing goes, and like, because I've been burned a few times, and it's like that's just been my like outgoing personality and social butterfly, and it's kind of like bit me in the butt a few times, and it's like, all right, like I'm still that social butterfly, but it just.
Well, let me ask you this regarding trust. Do you guys give trust up front, or do you have people earn it?
You have my trust until you prove that I can trust you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that similar to you?
A little bit of my policy, I think. I think naturally, I guess if I'm being honest, I get a little skeptical of people. I'm on guard. But I'm probably along those lines.
I think it has to do with gut feeling too. Like sometimes I just have like this weird.
You just know though.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
No, I mean guilty until no. I'm
But
just
then
kidding.
I believe in forgiveness too. So
absolutely.
You know.
And it doesn't just because I'm skeptical at first doesn't mean that you can't earn my trust.
Right.
Type thing.
And just because
you
forgive
can't
doesn't mean you put
earn
yourself
my
in a
trust.
position.
Once you break it, you
Right.
broke it.
It's. I mean, within reason. I mean, it's
Hector's big on giving second chances, and that's one thing I learned and practiced from him this year. Because I'm very like, you get one chance, and that is it. And I remember earlier this year, I said something along those lines, and he said, well, you got to give people second chances. So there was a few times this year, you know, like personal and professional, where like, you know, like let me be nice and let me give people a second chance.
I think it depends.
I feel like people are at different stages in their lives, and you never know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So maybe that time that they burned you or whatever you want to call it, they were in a bad place.
Yes.
And we all.
I think we need to bestow grace because we're all in a point of time at some point where we need grace.
Exactly.
Extended.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where, like, what you mean by, like, giving people a second chance, you know?
Yeah, and then, I think we've had conversations, right?
Yeah.
In regards to, hey, there's sometimes you have people that are going to do something or say they're going to do something and they don't come through. It's like, all right, well, have we talked to the person? Have we actually engaged with them? Like, what is actually going on? Because life happens, you know, and we just got to make sure that we understand what's going on before making assumptions and jump into conclusions.
Right.
I guess,
Give people the benefit of the doubt.
And that's part of understanding how to navigate not just an organization, but just like if you create a team or if you manage people, or if you it's like everyone has different personalities, right? And so you gotta just be like, all right, well, there's something going on. And then if it's like a really repetitive thing, then it's like, all right, well, maybe I should
more
stay
if it's
away,
like a personality.
Or then maybe you don't engage in the same way that you used
there
to.
You go.
So you don't put all your, I guess, that trust,
yourself out there,
that vulnerability. Maybe you look for somebody else that's a little bit more reliable. Well, I've tried giving that test to you before, so let me try somebody else that is gonna be able to handle it.
And then all these skills are really good for not just our profession here in real estate. I mean, you could do it within a team environment like this, but also being able to read a client, you know, like understanding and like, all right, like, is this client serious? Is this client, you know, pulling my leg? Like, what's going on?
I had a realtor not in this area that was doing that to me. I was like, you know what, dude, like, I need an application before I start giving you numbers anymore.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where it's like, you need to stop arguing. I was like, yo, whoa. Mm-hmm. All I said is I need an application.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep yelling at me, I'm going to hang up the phone, and you're going to call me back when you calm down. I haven't heard back from him, so we'll see what happens with that.
I was going to say, going in as when you're talking about like team building and everything, I know from like teaching days, like we would try to set up an environment where the people in it would feel safe in order to be able to share and feel vulnerable and to risk like answering a wrong question or you know, so that way I think if you can, with your clients or with people in a team, if you can create a space of like little to no judgment or you know where I think we've done that in this group, and I think you facilitated that with you know, good leadership, but also with just us being common-minded and always talking. I think communication is really good.
I think that's the key to a strong team, is like being able to, like you say, feel vulnerable and communicate and hey, like I have something going on, let me talk to you about it, right? Versus like, no, I want to keep some stuff away from this guy, right?
And it's not like a gossip thing or like you know that like when you're coming to people that you're not like your information or whatever it is, if you're going through something or somebody else is going through something, that they're not like taking your information that you like this was for us to discuss or something, you know, you feel safe.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think that's a problem with like, well, that was one of my huge problems when I was like growing up, was like holding on to things and not talking about it. So like talking about it actually makes things better, because then you can like problem solve with other people, like instead of just like holding on to it and then it becoming an issue, then it turning into PTSD and all the negative sides of not talking about it. And this goes to like even mental health, like you just got to talk about it. And that's kind of,
a lot of people bottle things up though because they don't feel safe.
Horrible at doing that. And that's
or you're struggling with the transaction And then you already went to your team in your office, and you're still going in circles. And then you come and sit here, and like somebody else in this group will have a different idea. That's happened to me here.
It's like light bulb.
Yeah. It's like, why did I think of that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
It's because the thing is, when you're part of an organization, people start training each other, right? Mm-hmm. And they start thinking alike.
Yeah.
And that's all they know.
We're kind of like the company we keep.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to sometimes get out of that for a little bit, have other conversations, and you'll start learning a lot more. Right. And then you could obviously keep your team, but it's like you always have to have that external knowledge too, because just because they're doing something one way doesn't mean that's the only and the best way.
Right.
I highly encourage that for anybody that wants to join and grow. I love my office and I've been there for a while, but it's like you said, you all start thinking alike, and I wouldn't have grown as much as I have grown this year if I would have stayed within my four walls only.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
be
think
thinking...
we become like common-minded, but we all had like other backgrounds and things that we brought in, and there is a huge diversity on us, but we all have diversity because there's like a respect
I was
there.
thinking...
So it's like we have respect, so that's what we have in common, and then we are open to everyone's ideas and different backgrounds and things that come in and play into that part.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, it's cool that what we created, we put a little structure, right, to make sure that everything goes as planned. It's not perfect. I don't think it is perfect. I think there's still some room for improvement. There always is. But I think we all have to kind of put our little grain of sand or salt to kind of make it better, right? Put the structure and then let it work itself out. It's almost like having a business, right?
Yeah.
It's like departments.
Yeah.
You saw my meeting the other day. It's like, hey, I have an agenda. And I really don't like to discuss details on my meetings because it derails us. And then we start going on a tangent, right? Let's stick to the talking points. If there's other stuff we got to talk about,
we'll follow up.
That's on a different note because these are just updates. Those meetings are just for updates. And obviously, everyone runs their meetings a certain way, but in my opinion, that's how it should be run.
Straightforward to the point.
Yeah, to the point. Like, what's the update? Do we have who's gonna do what in those days? What's gonna happen? And then if we need to talk details, specific committees have to go and talk details later.
Yeah, I think that's a successful way of running it, and I think also too, it's not that you're only doing what's on the agenda, but you give everybody the opportunity prior to the meeting to contribute to what's going to be discussed in the agenda. So there's very much order in the way that it's done.
Correct. Yeah. There's always the set topics that every committee, and then there's a section in the bottom that says new business. Like anybody else got anybody like
any new ideas?
Dude,
this was a new idea.
Yeah, it was a new idea. And I'm all about structure, so I like going through bullet points, and it's like, hey, you know, if there's an immediate question through that, okay, that's fine. But if it's off topic, save that for that for later. I hate when we get off on tangents because then it's like, okay, my brain's like all over the place now. So keeping that structure is like good for me.
And it's also respectful to everybody's time.
Absolutely.
I value that a lot. So I'm here. I plan an hour, and I plan to be here an hour, no more than that.
For sure.
You know, so like you did a great job at making sure.
Some of our meetings did go long, but it's just like it was just like, okay, this is all new, so it's like.
Or for those that want to stay after to discuss certain things or something, but you know we have a parameter of what was going to be discussed beforehand, and we end on time. Yeah,
or if you're leaving early, like let's put you on top of the agenda.
It, like a couple times where it's like, hey, look, my Joe's got a meeting at 11, and it's like our meeting starts at 10:30. I got to talk first, and you're like, okay, we'll move you, and then still kept that same structure, so it was pretty nice in that aspect.
Yeah.
So.
We do lunch and learn in September.
Yeah.
With Esmeralda Soria.
Yes.
File insurance.
Yeah.
And then
did we have something in August as well?
Yeah, what did we do in August?
I feel like we did.
We took a nap. Let's go back to
I was like, wait a minute, we did.
I'm pretty sure we did something for every month.
We did at least one thing per month.
We launched this. When did we launch the podcast?
So there was the prelims started in like late April, early May. And then it got revamped in June.
We
did
have
the
a wake up
backpack. We helped out with the backpack.
Oh, the backpack.
We did the backpack with Esmeralda Soria in August, and then we did a lunch and learn with Esmeralda Soria in September.
Correct.
Okay.
And the podcast first episode dropped in July.
And
and we also
Castle Air Museum.
Raising Hell.
September.
Oh, that was September. Dude, that was so much fun.
That was.
I'm running next year.
I think I'm gonna do that too.
I'll do it with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, Gio ran it. He's gonna do it. He did the turkey trot too. He enjoys it.
It was inspiring out there. The people that were doing the CrossFit.
Oh, with the body bags.
On them.
Okay, I'm not doing
females
that.
Out there.
That's the competition.
That's the competition
part. But
part.
it was still inspiring to watch and
Dude,
see
that makes
that
me want to do.
dedicated to.
That makes me want to do CrossFit all over again because like. Before I met Erica, I started doing CrossFit.
I want to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I mean, like, just the competitiveness that they have, and I'm just like, I've always had like that competitive nature, like obviously wanting to beat my wife, and like not the physical, but in fantasy football. Whoa! Time out. AJ's getting canceled. No, in like fantasy football, like I've always wanted to. She's always kicked my ass in fantasy football. So hold on before I get canceled. Nah, man, I'm coming back stronger next year. I think it's because she steals my not steals my information, but like my logins for the fantasy footballers.
It's getting worse.
Sorry,
right,
I won't be able to sleep on my couch tonight.
so yeah, CrossFit. I mean,
they're so competitive, man.
So Gio's doing CrossFit right
yeah.
now.
Oh,
so
wow.
there's obviously I met a lot of the guys through Brian and
Jamie?
Francisco?
Gabby.
Okay.
And then there's I coach the McSwain League with my son, and a lot of the kids that went there, their parents do CrossFit, which is pretty cool. So like,
That's neat.
I
Comes
bumped
full
into
circle.
that. Yeah, it comes full circle. I was doing soccer coaching, and then once that dies, there's a break between soccer and t-ball for the spring, and so there's like a few months where there's like nothing going on, and so that's when they have the kids program. So I signed him up for that.
Yeah.
And then while he's doing that, I was like, I'm not just gonna sit there, right? I got to work out too. So it's kind of
killing two birds with one stone.
That's being a good example for him, though.
Yeah,
too.
How are you liking it?
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a lot. I'm like sore right now. Yesterday, every Tuesday and Thursday we go, and it's been super fun. So obviously, the kids is first. So whatever the kids have going on, I would try to do that. Obviously, I have my gym at home, but when he's doing that, they make it fun, and so it doesn't even seem like working out, but they are, right? And so I always tell him, hey, what's the best way to stay healthy? He's like, drink a lot of water, eat healthy food, and work out. And he has that ingrained in his mind.
That's good.
Now he just talks about that all the time.
That's good. How old is he now?
He's 5.
He's 5?
Yeah, so it's just they'll do what you
It'll
like set the
stick
example.
to
And
them.
they
Yeah,
Training him.
absolutely. I
Training
think
him
I
with
think
the
this year is like Maverick's gonna be 4, so it's like now I'm like, all right, let's start like playing catch. Like
Correct.
I think so it's like looking forward to that because I see him throw stuff and I'm like, dude, you're irritating the crap out of me with your form with your throwing like this.
Yeah, he'll remember
so it's like
doing it side by side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday
Just
we were planking. We were planking yesterday.
Oh,
and
that's
he's
the
like, what
thing
are
I
you doing?
hated.
I'm like, get down. And he's like, all right. I got down. He was doing it next to me. He's like, I'm tired. I'm like, all right, go. But at least he did it for like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And so, which is cool. Like, they got to see their parents doing what we're asking them to do, right?
I remember
when you have them
hating
tag along for the marathons or the CrossFit.
Well, just like
whatever it is.
that, the community service events that we do, they
They
see
come
us
and
doing
do
it, and they're
that.
like, oh, that's a normal thing to
Because
do,
you guys did
right?
the turkey trot too,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I mean, your kids joined us for events, right?
Yeah.
So it's
They like coming out.
they have to see what we want them to do, like be good civilians or
give back and be a member, active member.
I always tell them,
community.
you got to be a contributing human to society.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I tell them, like, I always use these big words, like, you need to cooperate, or, like, big words to them, and they're like, I want to cooperate, like, when they're not acting. I was like, okay, well, then start listening. I want to listen. I was like, well, put your listening here. So they're little turds, man, but dude, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
But then your son, right? Your son got
Yeah.
So we applied. It was funny because I applied for the YPNCAR, and I share, like, everything I do, I share with them.
Yeah.
And we did the lunch along with the Esmeralda Soria, and he looked her up, like, what did this woman do? Who is she? Blah blah blah. He's into law school. He's in high school, but that's what he wants to do.
He wants to go to law.
And
that's
so
awesome.
we both apply around the same time. His is called YLP, so Young Legislators Program, and he got in. So he got an internship with her, and it's for kids, young kids, to see if they want to really do law and politics, and they have meetings and they have social mixers just like we do. They don't raise funds because I'm assuming it's money sensitive, but they like, for him, he got asked to bring a toy to the first mixer and they're going to give it back. So they do raise still, you know, like toys and stuff and give back to the community. So it's exactly like a YPN, but for like politics and law.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really neat.
It, like, he got into that, or he got that opportunity because of what we do. Like, he didn't know who Esmeralda Soria was. He didn't know that this program existed. If it wasn't because, the things that we do, and then, it's there now.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you put the example, now the kids trying to follow through, and
they do.
I think that's the best way to teach.
I texted him last night, hey, do you guys want In-N-Out? And he sends me like a fruit bowl. He's like, no, I'm feeling healthy tonight. Or not eating In-N-Out tonight. I said, okay.
That sounds good once in a while.
I'm down for
I
that.
was gonna say In-N-Out does sound good. Hey, but so speaking of like In-N-Out, have you guys had Pretty Good Burger?
Yes.
Dude.
I haven't.
So
I'm not big on burgers though.
No.
Oh man, I love Pretty Good Burger.
Well, so I didn't know, but on Tuesdays they have $3 burgers.
What?
Do
Yeah,
they?
the whole day. I just
So
saw
you could do
this.
a $3 burger and you could do a $5 movie. Because
Damn.
Tuesday says half off for
Dinner at
Shout
the
out to
movie.
Pretty Good Burger. Shout out to the movie theater. Dude, hey, what the
I'll have
heck?
to try it. Is it pretty good?
It's pretty good.
They have
It's
veggie
pretty
burgers
good.
there,
They do have
too.
veggie
Their
burgers too.
fries are
They
good.
have veggie
Okay.
There's
burgers.
like
So.
wedges.
Yeah,
fries.
and they
Pretty
have
good.
some good seasons. So like, okay, so my buddy's dad owns H&W. I do love H&W.
Yeah, me too.
They're really good, but Pretty Good Burger is a different style of burger.
Yeah.
Like it's really good. It's a smash burger. So
Yeah, you have to try it out. And
Yeah.
Smash Burgers.
yeah, Smash Bros is pretty good too, from what I heard. I've
I've heard a lot about them too.
I haven't had them yet, but that's like on my
We have to
My
ask
bucket list.
Michael which one is his favorite. He's a foodie
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he is a big
Yeah.
foodie guy.
Dude,
Dude.
Ghost and Reviews restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah, Monster reviews.
Yeah.
Mobster
reviews.
Mobster Mike. That's his like fighting name. Mobster
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay. So yeah, we need to see what he thinks.
See, that's another thing our group has. We're big on fitness and health.
But we also like food.
Majority of us. But we love food. Yeah, who doesn't love food?
We should have him do like
yeah.
a blind burger test thing to see
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
can predict which one's which.
Yeah, I think I can do
That'd
That
it.
be
would
fun.
be good.
The In-N-Out
Yeah,
one's
I
gonna be
wanna
the
see.
super easiest
Yeah.
one, because it's the most iconic.
Well, it's the sauce.
It's their saucy.
Yeah.
October we had our Halloween party at your house.
Yeah.
I was sad that I
Something
missed
else,
it.
too.
Dude, everything happened that
know.
weekend. October 19th, everything happened that weekend.
Well, you know what? That was not planned. It was kind of a.
Those are the best ones. The ones that are
I
like
planned it only
Yeah.
2 weeks before. Like, all right, we're having something.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be small. We ended up having 55 people.
I didn't make it out, but September back up, we had realtor safety.
Yes.
Oh,
month
yeah.
too.
We did.
That's right. That was a
September, the end of September.
End of September.
Yeah.
we
for realtor
had,
safety.
Wake
Skip.
Up YPNs. That's what
Wake
Skip.
Up YPN was
Uh-huh.
Skip.
I'm reading. I'm going down my notes here. My notes is IG.
Oh. We also had the YPN swim party.
That
When
was
was that?
July.
Yeah.
That was in the summer.
The end of the summer.
Yeah, we just had a little get together.
Yeah, that was fun.
Obviously, with educational and a lot of the planning, we're like,
Yeah.
hey, let's just chill. Let's go hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. We'll probably do that
It's a
again,
good time.
spring or summer again.
We
That was
had a
fun.
blast.
And then we had this one I liked a lot, the business and tax prep. With,
Oh,
We
oh,
did
Stephen
that in
Koenig,
November.
yeah,
That was our
yeah.
last.
You did a good one.
the
W-
last
WM
election
Koenig's,
learned
yep.
You know, it
with
was your
the-
buddy.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Yeah.
That guy stole the only kicker left, and he got second place compared to me
Oh,
having
was he in
third place.
fantasy?
Yeah.
Going back to fantasy.
Yeah.
Going back to
Yeah,
Jesus.
man, this past weekend sucked, but we had a great.
Didn't
No, I'm just kidding. When it came to fantasy
That's
football,
why you got sick.
He's digging himself in the hole.
this past weekend sucked when it
You're
when
gonna
it
be at
came
home,
when it
Erica
came to
changed the
fantasy
locks.
football. It sucked. Everything else was awesome.
It was his anniversary.
Yeah, no, this weekend sucked for fantasy football. I gotta like you guys keep cutting me off, man. You keep digging yourself.
But yeah, we did our last lunch and learn about business and tax preparation.
Yeah, that was
and
really
it
good.
Was very, very informative. Very
Yeah.
good.
And we did. This was more of an association event, but we did the Great Gatsby.
Yes,
Oh
in
yeah, the
October.
Great
That was
Gatsby,
September.
September.
September 20th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, September 20th, which we forgot to skip. October, November, and then December our Atwater Christmas Festival and
Yes.
the donations to CASA.
Which is
What was in November? We did a sponsor giving.
Sponsors Giving in November.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Sponsors Giving. That one was a
So that was an exclusive event.
yeah, that was an
Yes.
exclusive event. It was really nice, really small.
Intimate.
Yeah.
Like 20 to 30 people. What was it?
Around
Yeah,
there.
about 20.
But thanking the sponsors for all their help. Obviously, you know, those $28,000+ obviously they came from somewhere and they came from a lot of our sponsors.
Mhm.
So thank you. There's a lot of them to name. A lot of them are on our social media, so follow us.
Yeah.
So thank you once again for that.
And we
Obviously.
have, I mentioned it in the group chat. I got to put this out there. We are doing one last giveaway.
Yes.
We're going to do one last giveaway. It's a $100 gift card to Bellevue Bowl
Ooh, Bellevue
for
Bowl.
up to 5 people. Is that?
Up to 5 people
Yeah.
for laser tag and bowling.
Laser tag and bowling. So we're going to release the promo and the everything on our Instagram. So the day after, or let me say the business day after that. So if this gets released on Friday, we'll do it on Monday. But if it gets released on Monday, then we'll do Tuesday. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram, MercedYPN.
Follow,
For
like,
that,
and comment.
follow, like, comment.
Share.
Follow, like, comment. We're gonna work out what we need to do for the giveaway, but be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be again a $100 gift card for up to 5 people. Laser tag, bowling.
What's our goal?
Our goal is to get to 1,200. I think we were
Followers. We're
yeah
like-
1,200 followers.
Followers.
I think we can get to that with this giveaway.
Yeah,
Just
we need to just push.
Where are we at
obviously,
right
you know,
now?
The more people we reach, the better we can help out the community.
Yeah.
And also for sponsorships, obviously there's a more incentive for them to actually.
yeah. How many
Well,
followers
sure.
are we at right now?
1089.
1089. So we need a 11.
111.
111.
Let's go 15.
Send the bar pretty high. All right. But yeah, so I mean, I think we can get to 1,200 no problem with this giveaway. So
Yeah,
we're
so-
gonna ask people to follow our Instagram. Make sure you tag 3 people, and if they want to enter, they're gonna have to follow us. So I mean,
Yeah.
giveaways are really good to get followers and you
Yeah.
know, get some likes and stuff. So
So appreciate to the Bellevue Bowling Alley for
Thank
Yeah.
you.
sponsoring
Thank you.
that. Thank you so much. So like I said, this is a community thing, so everyone deserves, and it's Merced County, not just Merced.
Right.
Obviously, the bowling alleys is in Atwater, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to branch out to other communities, but obviously the bigger ones is like Merced, Atwater.
Atwater.
Yeah.
We got to get to Los
Yeah,
Banos.
Los
Is
Banos.
it Los Banos or Los Baños?
Los baños.
Baño.
Yeah, Los
I
baños.
say
Baños.
baños, but that's bathroom. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, it's called the bathes, isn't it? Like that.
The
that's
baths
the
or
baths
something.
or something like that. That's what I guess they had like hot springs there or something like years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it was
Is
named
that
Los Baños.
why?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like that's
Oh.
why it was called Los Baños.
Good
Huh.
history, little fun
Yeah.
fact.
No. Yeah.
That's what my dad told me at least. I don't know. If, but I mean,
We gotta get your dad on the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
that kind of sums
Wraps
up
it up.
the year, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna have our installation.
Yeah, installation
Tomorrow.
dinners
I mean,
tomorrow,
yeah.
which you know it'll pass. But I mean, like
Yeah.
we would
So
already
we
gone
have,
to that.
I do want to highlight Michelle. She's gonna be a board member this
Yes.
year. She's
Yeah.
also a
Yes.
YPN member that stepped up and wanted more of a leadership role within the association. So obviously there's gonna be more members probably in the next few years too. They're gonna be assigned or nominated to be in those positions. So I'm excited. In like 3 to 5 years, we're gonna have all YPN.
Yeah.
But this is essentially what YPN is. It's like we're
This is the next step.
Developing.
It's a stepping stone to get leadership roles within the association and here locally at the state
And
level
beyond.
and beyond. You know, do want to shout out Sarita. I don't know if she's around.
Sarita.
but-
Shout out to
Sarita.
Sarita.
yeah.
For
She-
always opening up the door here for us
I'd
to
be
do the
texting her
podcast.
sometimes at random times, like, hey, I just thought of something because the way my mind works, if I don't write it down, if I don't say something, I forget.
Yeah.
Dude,
So I have to,
same.
I have to like put it out, and I'm like, you don't have to pay attention to it now, but this
I
is what
thought
I'm
of
thinking,
this.
you know,
Yeah.
or this, or I need this, or you know, like
She is big on behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
With shopping for the toys for the Atwater Christmas Festival,
Yeah,
for helping
that's
with the golf tournament, for all of our major events and even the smaller ones too. She's putting in all that time, that
Keeping us
effort,
in line.
and yes.
It's not just an 8 to 5 job
No,
for
it's
her.
not.
It's obviously
Not even for us.
Sometimes on the weekend,
No.
on the Atwater Festival, it was her daughter's birthday, and she was out there. So
Yeah.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Again, thank you so much. We do highly appreciate all that you do, and yeah, we'll take you out sometime.
So what are we looking for 2025? We're almost done with this episode, but what are we looking for? We're going to start with Hector.
I'm just excited to see, where the new team takes it. Obviously, I'm here as an advisor or consultant or past chair, whatever you want to call it, but I'm here to kind of help out wherever it's needed. I did take a little responsibility on the recruiting role, which I'm already recruiting a lot of folks.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited to see where this goes. I want to take Fresno's.
We're gonna take Fresno's.
YPN of the year.
Yeah, we're gonna
Fresno.
We do love you, Fresno, but we're coming after you respectfully.
I mean, they're a bigger market. They're probably like a medium to larger market, but they've done a lot of good stuff. But I think we're doing more.
I think we are too.
And then it's just friendly competition.
Respectfully. Respectfully.
Hey, friendly competition. I mean, that's when you get the best of everyone, right?
I think it's awesome though, like all the different things that we've done in the meetings and the networking and the growing with them too, and the relationships we established coming out there. It's friendly competition.
Friendly competition always brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, that, and also building a stronger relationship with them, and hopefully nearby YPNs
absolutely.
as well. What about you guys?
Yeah, Marissa, what are you looking forward to in 2025?
Oh, I don't know why I always feel like I get stumped. I know the question's coming. I don't know. I think seeing what this turns into be, I guess, because we're going to have new leadership. We're going to have probably and doing some of the same events.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see the variations, the different personalities shine through how it's going to be. I know Ashley is very, does things with lots of aesthetically pleasing things. So I'm picturing this year to be prettier.
Very glittery.
Yeah, there's going to be some
no
sparkle on this year.
Please no glitter. I can't stand
Patty's very enthusiastic and also ambitious with things and very spot on. So I'm looking forward to her leadership too, and with the support of you and all the things. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I look forward to continue to grow as myself personally, professionally, and as a group. I would like to get this award again.
Yeah.
We are. I personally have goals of growing with the CAR and AR, so I look forward to putting effort into that, and then just to see my kids grow. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, 2025 is going to be awesome. I just feel it like it's going to be good. With the team that we got, expanding the team, we got new members that are coming on. Nick Matavia, he's with Leader One. He's coming on board. I think Mitch Miller, he's going to be coming on board, and I'm going to try and get Colby Williamson as well. So trying to get these people on and building the affiliate chair, and just like building that affiliate team. I'm really looking forward to. I'm also trying to get my cousin Dakota on as an affiliate. Is give a shout out to him and his company. Well, no, that's a different cousin. So
it'd be nice to have some more affiliates in other.
In other avenues. So I'm like, I'm
an inspector for you. Too.
Yeah. Appraiser. We're always looking for affiliates to help hop on board. So that way it's not just lenders.
Or just realtors.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I mean, as affiliates, just like lenders.
Too. Yeah. And then the more help, the more
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I mean, a little bit about my cousin's business. It's they do painting, or they do house paintings. They're opening up a subdivision of it, as well of power washing like windows and stuff, and making sure they all look good. So quick shout out to Dakota Vance. He's a good little kid, or I keep calling him a kid. Good kid, but he's I think he's like 22, 23 years old now. So
business, man.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna crush it. So looking forward to helping him out, and anybody that's like looking to come on as an affiliate.
Looking forward to it, and let's crush it again.
We're gonna crush it. Yeah. So that's going to conclude
episode 16,
the special season's greeting season finale.
Yeah, 2024. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. Let's put a bow on it.
Cheers.
Cheers.